Hey everybody, welcome back to LeftPawGaming. Today is a news day, and you know what that means. We are talking about news in the gaming world. Specifically today, we're going to be talking about what's coming up in just a couple of hours. Summer Game Fest and what that schedule looks like over the next couple of weeks. Also, we're going to talk about that amazing Final Fantasy 16 trailer. All that and more. If you're excited for anything that we're going to talk about in today's video, then like this video. And subscribe if you're brand new. Ring that notification bell so that you stay up to date with all of my game walkthroughs and news videos just like this that I post all week long. And leave a comment with your thoughts on anything that we covered today. With all that out of the way, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's jump in. So starting things off, I wanted to take a look at the Summer Game Fest website just to see what the final schedule is. At the time that this video is going live, it's just a couple of hours before the Summer Game Fest showcase is actually going to kick off. So let's look at what the schedule shows. At the time of recording this is Tuesday prior to the show. So we have Summer Game Fest, Devolver Digital, Geeked Week 2022, Tribeca Games Spotlight, the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase, PC Gaming Show, and a Capcom Showcase. So everything kicks off in just a couple of hours with the Summer Game Fest, which I'm very excited for. And I'm very curious about a few things here too. The fact that it's been highlighted recently by Jeff Keighley to not expect a lot of announcements. This is mostly going to be more showing things that we already know of while still having a few surprises. I'm thinking that games that we were expecting from Sony's State of Play recently are going to pop up here to get more of the fan base here together, right? Because not everybody is going to be watching the Sony one, not everybody's going to be watching Xbox, but everybody will be watching Summer Game Fest. So we'll probably see some things from, I'm hoping, God of War, maybe even Final Fantasy VII, just to get other people involved and try to help cross-sell and things like that. Then Devolver Digital later on that day, followed by Geeked Week 2022, which is Netflix stuff. Like, I'm kind of curious for this one just because I want to know what Netflix is talking about. Like, the fact that we're going to get Netflix shows information is kind of intriguing to me. So that starts on June 10th, followed by Tribeca Games Spotlight later on that day on June 10th. The big one for me really starts with the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, which we now know, it's not listed on here, but we now know there's also going to be another show by Xbox 2 days after June 12th. So on June 14th, there's going to be more from Xbox. Then on the same day as the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, we have the PC Gaming Show. So I'm very curious to see what's going to come out of that. As I've said in several of my videos, my PC is really starting to look good and build up real nice. And then finally, the Capcom Showcase on June 13th, which after seeing Street Fighter 6 in that Sony State of Play, oh my god, I can't wait to see more about that game and whatever else Capcom wants to share with us. And that's just a basic look at what we have to come coming from the Summer Game Fest. So these are all the things that have been formally announced tied with Summer Game Fest. Obviously, Sony State of Play did have symbols of Summer Game Fest in the upper left corner while their State of Play was going on, but it's not shown here, probably because they decided to do everything beforehand, and Summer Game Fest is like, no, we're kicking everything off, so we're never going to include you on the list here. But everything after Summer Game Fest we see right here, aside from the extra Xbox show. But I'm very curious, like, why did they want another show? And I know this has been a common thing where Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox all have a show that's kind of a catch-all. But then they start to break things down, Nintendo breaking off into Pokemon Presents because, well, Pokemon can do whatever they want. Like, they just can. And other smaller things for certain specific games. They've also done things like that for Smash Bros. Sony has done it most recently for the New Horizon, Forbidden West. And then Xbox is now going to probably do something similar, but they're all going to cram it. Xbox is going to cram it all into the Summer Game Fest timeline. So that's what we have to look forward to. Next up, I wanted to talk about that amazing Final Fantasy 16 trailer, because that trailer by itself sold me. The first one was awesome, but this one really pulled me into the game. Anything that they release for this, if there's 15 DLCs, I will get all of them. I will post all of them on my channel just because this game looks amazing. So here at the Final Fantasy 16 website, we see the Phoenix in the top left, Ifrit in the bottom right, and Clive standing front and center because he is the main point of this game. He's who we're following, and on this website, they have the most recent trailer, so we're going to check it out together, and then I'm going to highlight a few things that I noticed to see if you guys picked up on the same thing as me.
Who are we? What are the dominants? The power we wield, it wears away at our very being.
This just looks amazing.
It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself.
Like, look at how huge they are. Look at how huge they are.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move.
Look at that UI, man. Oh, it looks so good, so clean.
The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
So minimal, too. Just the power. Good lord.
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow.
With a war scene. I can't wait to be part of that. I hope we get to take action during something like that. That would be amazing.
Shake the island to its foundations.
Oh, there he is. Shiva. She's one of my favorites. Icon of Fire. Oh, there's Ifrit and Titan. Ifrit. I think they call him Ifrit in this trailer. I've always called him Ifrit myself, growing up. But now that they say it out loud, I have to try to say it right. Just look at this. Look at how beautiful this game is. Tell me these battles don't make you want to play it over and over again. Just looking at it.
For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Ooh, that trailer gives me chills, man. Chills. Then they got this little word here.
Child of fate. Awaken, Ifrit.
Ifrit. Summer 2023. So, that had a lot of awesome things going on in it, but something that I want to start taking a look at is right in here. So, I want you guys to notice. I need to get this out of the way. If we look in the upper right here, or upper left, we see, it looks like the Titan symbol. And then in the bottom right, there's Titan block. Then, as we go forward a little more, we see new things. We see a new symbol up here. I'm not sure who this is. And then in the bottom right again, another symbol to match. So, it seems, based on how this trailer looks, and you can see the other symbols here. I think one of these is Shiva for sure. I'm not sure who the other one is. But based on these symbols, it looks like our main character Clive is going to get some kind of essence of all of these icons, or as previously called in other games, summons. He's going to get all of them, and he's going to be able to use aspects of their battle, aspects of their, their battle catalog, right? You see the difference in attack style there. We're going to see some more. See how he's throwing out the ice, right? So we got Shiva up here. Now everything's ice. And we got Cold Snap down here. And then it says Thunderstorm. But I don't know. I don't know what Thunderstorm would be the thing unless there's like tweaks to the element. But this just shows that there's a little bit more depth. And Clive is going to be a central character because of maybe what he's able to do. Maybe he's able to, after battling the actual dominants that have the main power, because we notice at the end, right, when we get to the end here, it starts, says Titan, shows this dude, says Garuda, shows her, shows Rama, doesn't have a person with him. But I'm thinking that Clive is going to have certain aspects of all of these pulled within him, and he's somehow able to call upon all of them and then utilize them all synergistically in his fighting style and certain aspects of their power. And it might be because he is Ifrit. He's the dominant of Ifrit, which they kind of make it seem like he's a really big deal, and maybe Ifrit's always had the power to pull in others. That's just me speculating, but those couple of things in here just make me think that this game is going to be so much more awesome than I originally thought, because I'm a huge fan of summoning. I could play Final Fantasy VIII on repeat just because I love the fact of my characters never fought. My characters never fought at all. All I did was had them loaded up with summons, and they would just go through. And the more you used to summon, the faster their ATB bar would fill up, so you could just sit there and spam summons, and it was just ridiculous. I love the summon aspect of Final Fantasy. Ifrit and Bahamut are two of my absolute favorites, and Bahamut in this looks so amazing. Him throwing out the Mega Flare there during the video. But I can't wait. And that's going to be everything for today's video. Those are my final thoughts going into Summer Game Fest and everything that's linked to that, and my thoughts on my most anticipated game at this point outside of Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy 16. If you guys had the same thoughts that I did, then definitely leave a comment down below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're brand new. It definitely helps out. Let's see how many likes we can get on this video. But as usual, thanks for stopping by. We will see you guys in the next video.